Good morning. Today is Monday, January, oh my goodness, I lost track of the date, January 13th. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm Anthony, and this is Drive Dive. So anyway, it's Monday. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. This one's about time, right? And time management, and how really time isn't guaranteed. Like this might be the only moment you have. I appreciate you spending it with me, but it may be the only time that you have, the only moment that you have. So, how you use your time is really important. How we do that is really important. It's something I try to impress upon my children. I guess now impress upon you, and in doing so, I'm really reminding myself, reflecting on the weekend, how I use my time, and I don't know, am I doing the right thing? I do put a lot of pressure on myself, but yeah, let's be more specific. So my weekend, my goal was to work out. I wanted to work out Friday, wanted to work out Saturday, and on Sunday. I ended up, in order to get that done, why Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Why Friday, Saturday, Sunday? My week, I spent a little bit of time talking about being available for my kids. So generally, yes, pretty darn available for my kids, whether we're running around different activities with and for my son, or just being there, dropping things when my daughter wants me to pick her up, or play with blocks, or things of that sort, bedtime routines, etc. So Friday comes around, and that's my time to work out. That's when I'm going to try to make it happen. I try to during the week, and then it gets a little frustrating because in between sets I am playing with the kids. Okay, Daddy's got to go again. I got to get another set, and then I'll do that, and then come right back. And all right, Daddy's got to get another set. And so it works, or they'll then come into. I'm very fortunate. I don't want to sound like I don't recognize that, but very fortunate to have a home gym set up. But I'll try working out at home, and our Daddy's got to do another set, and then they start creeping into the gym. Right now they have toys in the gym with me, or there's a television in there, so then we start watching Bubble Guppies or something. Well, I'm trying to work out, right? This is work. I'm trying to make some progress, some focus here, and so I don't always love when those things merge, right? I like to have not just time for everything, but a time and a place or space, for the different things I'm involved in, the different things I involve myself in, right? Remember that it is a choice. More often than not, it's a choice, right? I choose to work out. I choose to do this YouTube thing. We do make these choices. But so I did get to work out Friday night. Of course, it was sometime around 9 o'clock when I was starting, right? Most people are winding down, but that's the time I had, and me making this choice, I want to work out, and well, that's the time, that's the place. Friday, 9 o'clock, my house, the basement, right? I'm working out, so I did get to do that. Saturday, I want to say, yes, was back in bars, and I ended up doing that at home, but again, the kids coming in and out of the gym, and it was the three of us home. My wife had gone out to do some shopping, so watching the kids, but not watching the kids, right? Like I think my son, the two of them initially like playing with some blocks. Maybe my son was trying to play little video games. Then they're coming into the gym, and it's cool, right? I mean, it's a proud moment when they start coming into the gym and trying to pick up lighter dumbbells. I have a couple of 1 kilogram, is it nylon or rubber coated, whatever, dumbbells for them to goof around with. It's okay if my 2-year-old picks them up. They're light. If she drops them on her toe, it hasn't happened yet. At least they're coated and not just bare metal or something. But she likes to hang on the bars, right? It reminds her, hang on the barbell when it's in the squat rack. It reminds her, I guess, of gymnastics and all that. So that was cool. Friday, Saturday, as far as my goals and hitting the gym, and then Sunday, I didn't work out, but I did get a massage in the morning, which is kind of like working on the body, right? You need that maintenance and things. And I was gonna go home The house was empty. The family went to the gym. I got a massage. I was going to go home. It was still empty. I was going to hit legs. But I started warming up on the treadmill. I realized, the therapist had really worked on those legs a little bit, IT bend and things. And so I was kind of feeling it while I was walking. A little woozy a little bit, which I guess can happen after a massage. I tend to drink a lot of water. So I just said, you know what? Well, sleep deprived and things, I won't do it. So now I'm going to try to push that into today. Try to get legs in today because we got some stuff tomorrow. We got some stuff Wednesday. Looking ahead to next weekend, I won't have Saturday. So I'll have to bump a workout up into Thursday, right? So like today's got to be the day. Got to make these things happen. And sometimes in order to make it work, instead of doing 3 sets, I'll only do 2. Sometimes I'll try to shorten the rest time. Instead of, 90 seconds to 2 minutes, I'll only go 45 seconds, try to make it all work. But I guess, it comes down to time. But, right, that's important, right? Time management, fitting things in. But if you remember, too, that, at least for me, it's not just me and what I want to do. It's not just me fitting in my activities, but it's also making time for my loved ones. And it's making time or setting the right messages and the right impressions. And as I'm making these decisions, being cognizant of, how am I making those around me feel? I guess too, how do I feel, right? And so it's tough where yesterday, even something simple like I was trying to just log into some different accounts and update some things, make sure our, finances and things. I don't like to talk about money and sound spoiled or whatever, but I got to keep an eye on these things. I like to log in regularly and check and see how we're doing. And so as I'm trying to do that though, again, the kids are trying to play with me, or my daughter comes running over and she wants to be like daddy, and she's banging on the keyboard and clicking on the mouse. And so I'm constantly starting and stopping, almost like I said if I'm trying to get a workout in while the kids are home and trying to play with me or have me play with them. It's there's this constant start and stop, and I'll be right back. I got to get another set. Daddy's got to go again. I'll be right back. So it's just interesting to try to figure out how to get all these things done. But then we also have to remind ourselves of what's really important. Is it better for me to spend the time updating some spreadsheet, or hanging out with the family? What were we doing last night? I think Twister got broken out. There were blocks. There was Battleship. All of these things occurring while I'm trying to be on my laptop for a little bit there. So but then too, I'll say I watched an episode, maybe 2 episodes of Squid Game. And maybe that was something I didn't have to do, and I could have been updating the spreadsheet at that time, right? And so it's just, I guess, learning to make these. That's what I'm working on, right? Always room for improvement. Just working on juggling this stuff and getting things done. It's always tough, where sometimes I feel like in the moment I'm just, yes, I'm present and I'm with the kids, I'm with my wife, but I'm almost just waiting for everyone to go to bed so then I can get into some of those other things, whether it's me working out, updating a spreadsheet, or taking the time to just completely unwind, shut the brain off, and watch Squid Game. But sometimes I talk with my students in the classroom about this sort of stuff, and how there are no guarantees. I'm 40 and I joke, but I'm also serious. I say, well, guys my age, sometimes they have heart attacks and that's it. So trying to make the most of it. And of course, I remember when I was saying that, somebody was really snarky about it, and they were like, so you'd potentially spend your final moments teaching math? And I said, well, not just teaching math, but teaching you, right? And so I think, in that moment, pressured, I think I hit the nail on the head, where if these are our final moments, they should be spent connecting with other people, impacting them in some way, shape, or form. And so I guess that's my challenge, for myself, for all of you watching, is to make those connections, and ensure that we're doing things like that with each of these precious moments that we do have, the precious time that we do have. So try to keep those things in perspective. I guess I'll leave it there. Happy Monday. Time, connections, manage all of that well. That's all I got. Have a good one.